anything can happen. And that's what we've tried to preach to the kids all week, is that, we don't want to get caught up in the emotion of the game. It's going to be jam-packed there, and we have to make sure that we play with composure.
The Battle of Warren will also feature two teams on an upswing. The Kennedy Eagles have won 4 straight games, and the Raiders are undefeated in the Steel Valley Conference. But besides their winning ways, these teams are complete opposites.
I think the only similarity we got with Kennedy is that we both stay at Warren. That's the only thing. I mean, they can shoot. I mean, we can shoot too, but they just pure shooters over there, and we more athletes. Go to the rack, hit the glass. I mean, they more slow tempo. We want to get it up tempo. I mean, it's going to be a great game, I think.
Well, I definitely say Harding's strength would be their quickness and leaping ability and athleticism, and we're a little more disciplined and we're a little more patient on offense. I think I could say
that patience has paid off. Kennedy is looking for their 10th win of the season in a schedule that pairs the Eagles against some of the most talented teams in the area. But the game plan for tonight is just find a way to beat the Raiders.
We want to try to take care of the ball, limit our turnovers, try to handle them on the boards. They're more athletic than we are, and we know that going in. And we have to take care of the ball offensively. I mean, we have to take great shots. We can't get into that run and gun game with them. About 50,000 people live in the city of Warren. Kennedy's gym holds about 1,000. So the rest of you can watch this game in its entirety following the news at 10:30. For First News on Fox, I'm Ryan Allison.
Anytime you make threes, you can be in trouble. So,
well, obviously, anytime you play your rival, anything can happen, and that's what we've tried.
They're crosstown rivals.
We don't want to get caught up in the emotion of the game. It's going to be jam-packed there, and we have to make sure that we play with composure.
Warren Kennedy appears to be hitting its stride. They've already beaten a pair of ranked teams this month, and they'll now try to make it 3 straight.
That's a compliment to our kids and what we're doing right now. They really understand when we put together a game plan on how we have to approach that game, and they're successful right now because of that.
It's the Battle of Warren here on Fox 1762. Good evening and welcome to the Eagles Nest as Warren Harding and Warren Kennedy prepare to renew their drastic rivalry. Hi everyone, my name is Rob Schmidt, and both teams are coming off of very important wins over teams who are ranked quite highly in Western Pennsylvania. Warren Harding, under the guidance of first-year head coach Steve Harnold, coming off of a victory Saturday against George Junior Republic. The win moves the Raiders to 11-2 overall, and so far they are unbeaten in the Steel Valley Conference. For Warren Kennedy, a crucial win against Sharon on Saturday night has moved the Eagles to 9-4 overall, and they may be one of the hottest teams in the area under head coach John Condoleezza. For the Eagles, though, they've got their hands full tonight, and they know what it'll take to match up against Warren Harding, which comes in ranked 15th in the state for Division I, according to the latest AP poll. Let's now bring in our color analyst for the night, former area basketball coach Don Andres, who has coached here at Warren Kennedy and has gone up against the teams from Warren several times. And this is a big matchup for both squads as they get set to head towards the tournament.
Right, Rob. Kennedy is going to be a decided underdog, but has been playing, like you said, very, very well. And in the Eagles' nest, it's going to be tough to beat them. But Harding's going to be the favorite. Both teams playing at a high pitch level right now.
It's almost a little bit of a difference in styles as well. Kennedy, I'm sure, would like to run a half-court set tonight. Warren Harding wants to run the floor.
Kennedy will milk the clock, be disciplined. Harding is going to go up and down the floor, like you said, and put a lot of pressure on the Eagles. And whoever has the momentum and the tempo going is going to be to their advantage.
And we'll find out how things unfold. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups as we get set for the high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762. And welcome back once again. Rob Schmidt along with Don Andres as we get set for the matchup between Warren Harding and Warren Kennedy. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. We'll open up with the visiting Raiders. Once again, led by first-year head coach Steve Arnold. They'll open up with Mike Phillips at guard, along with Joe Finnessy along the front line, Danny Stella, another senior, and Taryn Brown. And in the middle will be Josh Johnson, maybe one of the unsung heroes for this basketball team. Warren Harding again beat George Junior on Saturday, 63-58 in their most recent outing. For Warren John F. Kennedy, a team which knocked off Sharon a week ago, 55-50. They'll open up in the backcourt with Keith Black and John D. Fiore. Colin Clement also rounds out that three-guard system for JFK. Along the front line, it will be Jimmy Kokrak and Luke Vincer, the tallest of the Eagles at 6'5", and he is a senior. Tonight, Warren Harding will be wearing the gold uniforms JFK dressed in the home whites. And there's a good look into the Kennedy huddle. Head coach John Condolian's done a great job taking over for Denny Rossi with this Kennedy basketball program. Our officials tonight, another 3-person crew, and I say person, even though this group is headed up by veteran official Jim Riemensnyder. It includes Jeff Hoover and Karen Pavlansky. So again, the 3-person crew on hand tonight will have their hands full. Earlier tonight in the junior varsity matchup, Warren Harding turned away Kennedy 55-31. Luke Vincer will step into the circle for JFK, and he'll be met there by Taryn Brown, just a sophomore for Warren Harding. And as we imagined, it is a virtual sellout here tonight in the Eagles' Nest. So the officials get ready to tip things off. These two teams again last season met at Harding, with the Raiders coming out on top by 6 in the opening tap, swatted out of play. And they'll do it all over again. They'll go to the possession arrow right off the top, and who are they going to give the basketball to? Kennedy will take possession first.
Hey.
So we'll get a good look here off the inbounds pass for JFK, coach, as they get set to start things off. And we imagine it'd be kind of a sluggish start because of the emotion riding in this kind of a matchup. A couple of matchups to watch early on is that Phillips-Black matchup. DeFiore misses his first shot of the night, and the rebound controlled by Josh Johnson of Harding. And down at the other end, it's Joe Finnessy missing his runner, and the rebound controlled by Kennedy's DeFiore. Well, we kind of expected an up and down pace. I don't know if Kennedy wants to see that early on, though, Coach.
It looks like Kennedy is trying to control the tempo by milking the clock right now, Rob, and Harding wants to get out there and go with it. Kennedy looks like they're going to milk about 20, 30 seconds off the clock. Spreading them out.
And I'm sure Kennedy, if they could keep this score in the 30s tonight, would be quite happy.
The lower the score, the better the chance for Kennedy. Kennedy's milked about 35 seconds off the clock right now.
The Eagles come in averaging 60 points a game. Warren Harding averaging about 68 a game. And Keith Black's first shot attempt of the night is off the mark, and the Raiders grab the defensive rebound. Mikey Phillips, who's headed to Pitt to play football, will handle the point throughout most of the night. This is Danny Stella for 3. Long rebound controlled by Warren Kennedy. And it's Jimmy Kokrak, who normally wears number 24, tonight clad in number 23.
Nice pass.
Yep, Black tried to get it inside to DeFiore, but it's broken up and taken away by the Raiders. Stella's no-look pass inside for Finnessy. He can't hook it up and in. Rebound to Stella. Scores off the glass. Danny Stella averaging almost 14 points a game this year for the Raiders, and he has given Harding the initial lead of the night.
The tempo right now, Rob, is with Kennedy.
Colin Clement knocked to the ground. First foul of the game. Whistled against the Raiders.
Clement comes up a little hobbled.
And he is important on this basketball team for JFK. They can ill afford to lose his services.
I believe Clement and Black are the keys for Kennedy. Of course, Stella and Phillips for Harding.
This last foul against Joe Finnessy of the Raiders, his first individually.
They're doubling the ball here.
Kokrak gets out of trouble momentarily, but then loses the dribble before picking it back up and then throwing it away.
Harding is moving with their quickness.
Danny Stella can't make connections with Josh Johnson, but in the lane it's Taryn Brown.
Harding scoring with the loose ball. Taryn Brown, a sophomore, Rob.
He's been averaging about 4.5 points a game to go with 5 rebounds a contest for Harding this season. And you know, good timeout here taken by John Condolian of Warren Kennedy, because he can ill afford to get his team to fall behind early on.
Right, very good timeout. Kennedy still has the tempo their way, but Harding is picking up every loose ball and knocking the inside passes loose, Rob. The quickness is hurting Kennedy right now a little.
You know, and JFK felt they were maybe not aptly prepared for Harding's speed, but Sharon came here a week ago, and you know, I saw the Tigers last Friday in our game of the week, and they are a quick basketball team, and JFK jumped out to a 19-0 lead on Sharon last Saturday and held on to win it by 5. And I don't think anybody matches up with Harding's speed this year in our area.
No, maybe George Jr.
Yeah.
If that's our area. But Kennedy, like I just said, again, I'll repeat, is still controlling tempo. Harding only has 2 baskets in 3 minutes, just about 3 minutes of play. But of course, Kennedy has not scored yet, but they're milking the clock and getting pretty good shot selection.
Yeah, he's got to knock them down now.
They're doubling the ball, leaving Black wide open, but he is hesitant in taking the shot, trying to control the clock here.
He's been averaging 15 points a game for JFK, and again, he
He's
draws
in
the
trouble.
double team. How about that
Nice
pass over the head
Nice pass.
to Luke Vincer, who gets the hoop and the harm. That's a highlight all amongst itself.
Very good pass by Keith Black. Keith Black, as a youngster, went to my camps, Rob. He was a good ball player.
Here's a look at that pass again. No look over the head to Luke Vincer, who then
Three-point
knocks down
play.
the free throw for the 3-point opportunity.
Very good job. Kennedy in his zone, Rob, switching their defense. At the timeout, they switch defenses. Harding has milked the clock a little bit now.
Johnson inside,
And-
travel with the basketball, so JFK gets a chance to come down and maybe take its first lead of the night.
Very good coaching move by Johnny Condolian, switching defenses, getting a turnover.
Substitution for Harding. Tyson Rowland checking in. The junior averaging 5 points a game. Joe Finnessy will sit down. He is scoreless. Purdon with a foul early on.
Harding's up to full court pressure now.
Black from the foul line is fouled from behind. And that'll put Black at the line for 2. The 6'2 senior this year, to go with his 15 points a game, is doling out roughly 7 assists a game, and he's an 81% free throw shooter. He is a solid basketball player.
To me, Black is one of the best ball players in the area, if not the best.
Tyson Rowland was the guilty party on the foul, his first of the night. The Raiders now with 3 as a team. Black ties the game. He's coming off a 12-point performance against Sharon.
Missed a second.
And the rebound fought for and controlled by Josh Johnson of Harding. So the game tied for the first time tonight.
Kennedy's in that zone, Rob. Harding has to move the ball and take some time off to get set up in their offense.
Rowland, pretty good shooter from the outside. Nice dish into Josh Johnson, who misses the reverse but is fouled in the process. Johnson, a 63% free throw shooter for the season, will get 2 here. First team foul of the night against Kennedy. And it will be assessed to John DiFiore.
Let's see if Harding comes out after these fouls and puts some pressure on.
Johnson, who had 9 points Saturday against George Jr., a game which was played at Beagley Center, brings up his first, giving Harding the lead back. That stops a 4-point Kennedy run. Johnson perfect with both free throws.
Full
The
court
Raiders as a
pressure.
team hitting 59% from the stripe.
1-2-2 zone press.
Kennedy beats it momentarily. DiFiore shoots over Taryn Brown but missed the attempt, and it's Brown with the rebound for the Raiders.
They beat it very well. They missed an easy shot. Kennedy in a 1-3-1 zone.
Raiders this season hitting 49% from the floor. That includes 28% from outside the three-point arc. And maybe to beat that zone, they might have to shoot a couple from the outside. It's Phillips for the first time from 3. No good, and the rebound to Luke Vincer of JFK.
Kennedy being very deliberate again, Rob. Walking it up the floor.
We've played half of the first quarter. That's that matchup we talked about, Black on Phillips. That'll be a good matchup to watch all night long. This time it precipitates into a foul against Mikey Phillips. That's his first of the game.
Black took it right to Mikey Phillips that time and drew the foul. He's got 2 shots. He could tie the ball game here.
Both teams waiting to make a substitution here. I think they want to get a clarification on the foul that was called. And they subsequently put Black at the line again.
I think Rob, Kennedy's a little bit bigger inside than Harding. Harding being a little quicker, right?
Figure Vincer at 6'5", DiFiore at 6'4". Black in the meantime now 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. Here's the substitutions. Chris Shaker, a 6'3" junior, checks in for Kennedy to replace DiFiore. And for Warren Harding, it's junior Jante Stroud checking in for his first tour of duty. Taryn Brown sits down.
Ties the ball game.
Second time we've been tied in the opening quarter. Black's done all of his scoring from the stripe thus far. Three and a half to go in the opening quarter.
Kennedy's back into their zone. That helps them with their tempo because Harding is working that. Good interception there by Keith Black.
Takes the cross-court pass,
Beautiful.
but has the shot blocked by Jonte Stroud. Phillips pushes it ahead to Stroud, and it's Phillips going in for the layup, but he missed it. Johnson missed the follow, gets it back, scores, and is fouled. Josh Johnson now with 4 points for the Raiders. They'll have a chance to add another point to his total, and that may be the sore spot tonight for JFK. Yeah, they may have a height advantage to a certain degree, but the Raiders seemingly dominating the boards right now.
Dominating and the quickness, Rob. What will help Kennedy would be the smaller floor on the quickness side of it, but Keith Black put it up a little bit too quick, Rob, and that hurt. We're down to 3 minutes in the quarter, 9-6 Raiders. Mikey Phillips is putting a lot of pressure on Keith Black.
Pass too tall, sails over the head of Chris Shaker and out of play. Third turnover committed by JFK here in the opening quarter.
I think Black's trying to do a little bit too much. He's a great ball player, though.
Raiders working their half-court set. Nice pass inside to Jonte Stroud, who can't handle it from Tyson Rowland. And the ball pushed out of play. Luke Vincer, though, had it knocked from his possession by Josh Johnson. So the Eagles will control, and both teams again make a substitution. For Kennedy, back into the game, D. Fiore. And checking in for the first time, Shane Golden. In the meantime, Warren Harding will bring out Mario Manningham, the young sophomore, who's been averaging almost 8.5 points a game this season.
Harding with the pressure, Rob. Is this Golden?
That's Golden, the 5'7" junior. So while Phillips is on the bench, he'll run the point. First shot by Kokrak won't go. Rebound Johnson of Harding.
Thank you.
Stella from the top of the key. Won't go. Rebound Colin Clement. Stroud knocks it from his possession and out of play. Well, get ready to laugh. Watch The Simpsons weeknights at 7 on the Valley's Fox station, Fox 1762. Back into the game for Harding. Taryn Brown, he's got 2 points thus far. And he returns for Harding. Again, Golden running the point with Black on the bench.
Another steal.
Stroud saves it to Stella. It's Manningham at the other end.
They better get Black back in there.
Right now, Harding has reeled off the last 5 points in a row.
Kennedy's playing into Harding's hands.
Shane Golden a little out of control. His shot goes out of play, and it will be handed over to Warren Harding.
Looks like the Eagles need Keith Black in that lineup, Rob, for tempo and everything else, leadership.
And Black's back on the floor. Colin Clement will get a breather. So it's Black and Golden teamed up in the backcourt for JFK. We'll see what that does as far as their matchup is concerned. But Warren Harding now leading by 5, their largest advantage of the first quarter. Stella's pass inside intended for Taryn Brown, off his hands and out of play. So now JFK will get the ball back, looking to stop Harding's run.
Harding is having a little bit of trouble with this zone defense that Kennedy's put up.
Raiders have turned it over 4 times in the opening quarter.
There's a turnover and a foul. Coach Arnold doesn't like that call, Rob.
Pleading with Jim Riemann Snyder. Steve Arnold, a 1982 graduate of Warren Harding. Oddly enough, John Condolian, Kennedy's head coach, a 1983 graduate of Warren Harding.
Okay, Kennedy spreading it out with an open post offense. Motion offense. They're in trouble here. They
The
just
double
threw it
team
away.
forced the turnover. Pass was too tall for Shane Golden.
Great pressure by the Raiders. Great pressure.
Chris Shaker unable to make the connection with the pass. He'll take a seat on the bench. Luke Vincer returns for the Eagles. In the meantime, Colin Clement comes back in. and he will replace Jimmy Kokrak. And JFK has now coughed it up 7 times in the opening quarter.
Let's see if Harding takes the last shot, Rob. We're down about 40 seconds here. Nope.
Now the ball knocked loose. Turnover. Shane Golden saves it. Nope, can't save it. Nice effort, though, by Golden to try and keep the ball in play, but it eventually went out of bounds. And now I'm sure the Raiders will work for the last shot inside of 30 seconds to go.
You would think they'd take the last shot of the quarter here and either go up by 5 or as much as 8. They're walking it up. Kennedy in a 1-3-1 zone. Harding holding it out front.
I would imagine they'll get the offense going with about 10 seconds to go on the clock.
Here we go. Rolling.
It's Stella for 3. Won't go. Tap no by Taryn Brown. Missed the second attempt and the quarter is over.
Good quarter.
Warren Harding leads it 11-6 over Warren Kennedy. We'll come back with the second quarter as we continue with the high school basketball game of the week here on Fox 17, 62.
Children.
Well, Warren Harding leads 11-6 after the first period of play. The Raiders out-rebound Kennedy 11-4. And the Eagles turn it over 8 times as compared to 6 for Warren Harding in that opening quarter. Like you talked about, Don, a pretty good chess game going on through the opening 8 minutes.
Very good chess match. Kennedy switching defenses, staying in his zone. Kennedy trying to milk the clock, and Harding putting tremendous pressure on Kennedy, and I believe causing about 7 turnovers, you say?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 11-6. The score favors Kennedy right now because it's low. But Harding, of course, with the upper hand.
Traveling called against Tyson Rowland.
Okay, that helps the Eagles. Harding has been turning it over against his zone, Rob.
The Raiders, and they open up the second quarter without Danny Stella on the floor. He's getting a breather. Mikey Phillips in the backcourt along with Tyson Rowland, and it's Rowland right now picking up the pressure in the backcourt along with Mario Manningham. But again, JFK able to beat the press momentarily.
They're doubling the ball again, and they
Shane Golden almost lost the basketball. Mike Phillips unable to save it before it goes out of play. And now Joe Finnessy will come back in for Harding, replacing Tyson Rowland. Finnessy averaging almost 5 points a game, scored 11 Saturday in the win against George Jr.
Clement bringing it up, Rob, against the pressure. They're going to double the ball again, it looks like, into Vincer.
Clement, the team's best three-point shooter, probably the best golfer in the area as well. Golden again, pressured in the corner. Phillips takes the ball right away. Pass ahead to Finnessy. He gives it up to Taryn Brown, who is fouled.
No, I don't think so, Rob.
No, you're right. I think he just flat lost it out of play, didn't he?
Golden opportunity Harding just lost there. Tremendous pressure, and they just blew an easy shot. There's the guy Kennedy wants with the ball, Rob. Another turnover.
Jonte Stroud with the interception for the Raiders. The 3 for Manningham is good.
Big bucket.
You're right. That's his 7th three-pointer of the season.
Timeout, Eagles.
Manningham with 5 points in the game, and the Raiders have now opened up a 14-6 lead, having gone on an 8-point run, which carries over from the first quarter.
8 unanswered.
We'll come back with more. You continue to watch the high school basketball game of the week here on Fox 17, 62.
Who hit that?
Center.
Well, our good friend, Christian Morosco, put that eagle up on the wall here at Kennedy High School. He's done a lot of those murals around the Tri-County area.
Here we go, Rob. It's 14-6 Eagles, I believe, down, and the Raiders have 8 unanswered points put up on the board, correct?
Yeah, and that's the thing now. You've got to find out how Kennedy will answer Harding's run right here.
Yep, very important sequence coming up. Pressure again.
Golden this time able to dribble through traffic. Kick out to Clement.
Bullseye.
Big three for Clement.
That's
Nice
his
pass.
28th of the year and his first basket tonight. And
Very
it answers Manningham's three. Stroud from inside the lane left it short. Rebound, knocked out to Clement. Nice lead pass to Golden, who hits the lay-in.
Nice job by the Eagles.
Well, they've
back
answered the run, haven't they?
Right back. Very good job.
They've come back with 5 straight points, and JFK now trailing 14-11. Mikey Phillips missed the runner. Taryn Brown gets the push in.
When you play a zone like that, Rob, it's very difficult to box out, and Kennedy's not doing it right now on the boards.
One reason they've been out-rebounded in this game, 12-5.
They're milking the clock again. Good shot selection is very important. Black needs to get the ball, Rob. Double dribble.
Yep, Shane Golden guilty of the turnover.
Harding's pressure is outstanding tonight.
Pair of substitutions for the Raiders. Josh Johnson and Danny Stella back into the game. Taryn Brown will sit down. And so will Joe Finnessy.
Harding walking it up and playing Kennedy's game right now.
Manningham another three. This one bounces over the backboard.
Not enough patience by the Raiders. One pass and shoot that time. Here comes the pressure. And a foul.
Harding now with 5 fouls as a team. This one looks as if it's going to go against Manningham.
Looks like Coach Arnold's calling a diamond press, Rob. Diamond and one.
Manningham's first personal of the game.
They're backing it up. It's a half-court trap, Rob. They're in a half-court trap now, Harding.
Pat Black just tries to take the ball away from Johnson, and they'll go to the possession arrow. Points in favor of JFK, so the Eagles control. And we have played roughly 2.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this second quarter. And still a low-scoring affair favoring Kennedy. But the Raiders right now showing they can play that style of ball if necessary. Manningham can't make the turnover, or does he? Yes, he finally gets control. Nope. Colin Clement comes away with the ball.
Tremendous pressure by Harding. Golden's got to slow down. He got fouled.
Yep. Good call by Jim Reeman Snyder, the head official tonight. Raiders now 1 foul shy of going over the limit. Foul against Mike Phillips, his second individually. Yep, couldn't get it in. Keith Black unable to meet the 5-second violation.
And the pressure continues to mount for the Harding Raiders.
12th turnover committed by Kennedy so far in the game.
Kennedy staying in that zone defense, wanting Harding to penetrate it and shoot from the outside.
Stroud misses. Rebound to Black of Kennedy.
It's working for Kennedy, Rob. They've got to cut down on their offensive turnovers. Here's the guy who should handle the ball right here. Keith Black.
Kokrak gets rid of the ball. And now it's Golden open for 3. Bullseye.
Good shot by Golden. Shane Golden.
That's his 13th 3 of the season. And just like that, the Eagles now to within a deuce.
Good job by Kennedy. Black going high for that rebound.
Kennedy's trailed by 8 in this quarter, but since then they have reeled off 8 of the last 10 points. They have a chance to tie here.
Very important for Kennedy to milk it here and get a good shot.
We were tied twice in the opening quarter, once at 4 and again at 6. Kokrak over Phillips. Won't go. Rebound Josh Johnson of Harding.
That's a good shot.
Timeout. Yep, Raiders take one.
Timeout, Stevie Arnold. Coach Arnold calls a timeout, Rob.
Do you like that timeout at this stage of the quarter?
Yes, I do, because Harding needed it. Harding needed it bad because the momentum is all with the Eagles right now, and they just come from an in-and-out shot of tying the basketball game up. I think Harding's got to come under control and get better shot selection and get their pressure to work. Harding's causing turnovers, but they're not capitalizing. in turn, they're turning it over and taking too quick a shot. And Kennedy's coming right back down and running their offense nicely.
Now here's what I'm interested in seeing, Don, is that when Kennedy took the timeout earlier in the quarter, they were down 14-6 and put together a nice run that's got them back in the game. Now we'll find out how Harding operates off of its timeout.
Right. It worked for Kennedy. What you're saying is, will it work for the Raiders? Right. Well, remains to be seen.
Well, if you'd like to order a copy of tonight's game on VHS.
Into Mikey Phillips.
So we'll see what the Raiders have drawn up coming off the timeout. It's Taron Brown from the free throw line.
Good shot.
That gives him 6 points in the first half. That leads all scorers. And he doubles up the Raiders' lead.
Good job by Kennedy bringing the ball back out when they don't have the numbers in their favor. I like the way Golden's playing, Rob.
Yep.
He's doing a nice job for the Eagles.
He's added a little speed. He's been able to penetrate inside and kick it out when available. And here he's fouled on his drive to the basket.
I think he's going for a one-on-one. Kennedy's in the one-on-one already.
So the Raiders pick up their 7th foul as a team. And that puts them over the limit.
Let's see if Kennedy does anything different off of this foul shot, Rob, or they just go back into their zone.
Manningham guilty for the 2nd time in the quarter. Golden this season a 67% free throw shooter. He has 5 points tonight, but he missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
Big miss. And the Raiders are walking it up. Danny Stella trying to get it inside.
He went to Taron Brown, but he's unable to handle the pass and dropped it out of play. So JFK now will try to take advantage of Harding's 9th turnover here in the first half.
They may change this call, Rob. Nope. Yep, they changed the call.
Yeah, Jeff Hoover got together with Karen Pavlansky. They kind of conversed, and they'll hand the ball back to Harding.
Good job by the officiating crew.
Yeah, there's no sin in saying we committed a mistake.
Right.
They got the call right, but then JFK Shane Golden intercepts the inbounds pass, only to turn it back over by traveling.
Because he's got to slow down, Rob. He cannot play Harding's game. That's his only problem, Golden.
So the Raiders get a chance offensively once again. Johnson goes strong to the hole that missed. Taron Brown there for the
nice tip. Taron Brown.
Well, he's having himself a nice first half. He's been averaging only 4.5 points a game, but he's got 8 thus far for Harding, and he's put the Raiders up 20-14.
Looks like that timeout helped the Raiders.
Yeah, both teams have utilized their timeouts quite well so far in the game.
Exactly. Nice chess match. Kennedy working the clock here. Control offense. A lot of pressure being put on Keith Black, keeping the ball away by Stella right now. Clement's wide open.
He takes the shot, but missed it. Vincer unable to grab the offensive rebound for JFK.
Very, very good, though, Kennedy on running their offense. Very good discipline.
In for the Eagles, Mike Lepro, replacing Shane Golden. Also, John DiFiore to spell Vincer as the Eagles go to the bench. Warren Harding brings Joe Finnessy back in, and Mike Phillips will sit down for the Raiders. Minute and a half to go before the break.
Manningham.
That's Manningham again. This deuce has now given him a 7-point first half.
6-0 since the timeout, Harding. Yep. 6-0 run.
And the Raiders have matched their largest lead of the quarter. It makes this possession big for the Eagles. Clement open for 3. Missed again, rebound, Taron Brown, and he's fouled on the play by Jimmy Kokrak.
Clement's had 2 big misses, not the youngster's fault.
No, you don't see him miss too many like that.
Very good shot selection. He's gonna drill those on most nights. Big stop coming up for the Eagles.
Well, the foul against Kokrak was his first, but only 3 now against JFK as a team. The Raiders threatening to open up a double-digit advantage for the first time tonight. It's Manningham out of the corner for 3, and it's an air ball to Keith Black of the Eagles.
I'd take the last shot here, Rob, but I don't know what the Eagles are going to do.
And they've got 40 seconds to burn.
Looks like they're going to milk the clock here, Rob.
Now
Very good move by Coach Gondolian.
Yeah, I think if you're down 8 at half, it's a lot better feeling than if you're down 10 or 11.
You don't want to go down double digits. You want to be 6 or 8, not 10 or 11. They're doing a nice job milking it here. They're down about 12 seconds.
They'll work the offense here in a couple more seconds.
Time to run a set play here. Keith Black's almost out of bounds here. They got to get a shot off, Rob.
And now they do, and it's going to be Clement at the buzzer for 3.
Big shot by Cullen Clement.
How's that? We talked about he doesn't miss too many when he's open. He answers the call at the end of the half. That's his second 3 of the quarter. It's his 29th of the year. Clement sends JFK into the locker room on an up note.
Tremendous
Warren Harding
momentum builder. Great execution. Great execution by the Eagles. Great pressure by the Raiders.
So at the break, it is Warren Harding 22, Warren Kennedy 17. We'll come back. We'll have a look at some statistics through the first 2 quarters, and we'll get you set for the second half of play as we continue with the high school basketball game of the week here on Fox 1762.
I think they succeeded on about 12 or 13 occasions, and Kennedy milking the clock very well, working for the good shot selection situation. 22-17, score favors Kennedy.
Well, we'll come back, have the third quarter of action for you as we continue with our coverage of the high school basketball game of the week here on Fox 1762. So the Raiders get the ball as the third quarter gets underway. Harding opening up with its original 5, and it's Taryn Brown looking for double figures but missing.
Nice box out.
John DiFiore. The Eagles open up with their original 5.
Keithy Black with the ball, Rob.
So it's Clement, Black, Vincer, DiFiore, and Kokrak on the floor for Kennedy. Harding countering with Phillips, Stella, Finnessy, Brown, and Johnson.
Vincer driving to the hoop. Nice drive by Vincer.
Gets around Taryn Brown, and Luke Vincer now with 5 points in the contest, and JFK comes out and scores the first 2 of the third quarter.
Harding just turned it over, Rob. Harding turned it over. Kennedy could be back in this ball game.
Well, they've scored 5 straight points and a carryover from the second quarter, and they've been able to knock down an 8-point deficit to 3.
Keith Black needs some help. Double teaming him. Wide open again.
Clement for 3 and the tie. Short. Rebound run down by Mike Phillips of Harding.
Phillips is a good ball handler.
He is a great floor general.
Yes, sir. Here goes Phillips driving.
Nice move to the basket. Mike Phillips, who had been shut out through the first 2 quarters, gets his first basket of the night, and this is a kid averaging 13 points a game.
Good steal by the Raiders.
Johnson to
Nice
Finnessy. Joe Finnessy's first basket of the night. The Raiders scoring off turnovers.
Raiders are putting some heat on, Rob.
And this is what worked so well for Harding in the first half.
And build it up to 7 again. Harding seems to cut it down, and then the Raider pressure seems to take up the 6-7 point lead again.
We've played about 2 minutes here of the third quarter. Inside, DiFiore misses.
Vincer getting up high for that rebound.
And he's pushed to the floor and fouled.
There's a nice battle going on underneath, Rob, between the Raider big people and Vincer and DiFiore.
First foul of the second half against the Raiders. Prompts a substitution. Jante Stroud will return. Taryn Brown, who just picked up his second personal foul of the game, will sit down. He has 8 points to go with those 2 fouls.
Keith Black with the ball in the corner. Drives to the hoop.
Nice dish to Vincer, but the block by Johnson also precipitates a whistle and a foul.
Controversial call there.
Foul against Josh Johnson, his first of the game. That's 2 fouls now against Harding as a team, and Luke Vincer, who is a 64% free throw shooter this season, will step back up to the line. He is 1 of 1 tonight.
Harding's got to make those if they want any chance in this ball game. By the way, Rod, I like to congratulate the officials so far. They're doing a nice job. He hits
Vincer
the second.
splits him. JFK this season hitting 69% from the stripe. And Vincer 2 of 3 overall tonight himself, and he's gotten the Eagles within 6.
Phillips looks like a charge.
And that's what it is.
Nice job by Vincer.
So Mike Phillips picks up his 3rd personal foul of the game. He's got 1 in each quarter now.
That is his 3rd?
That's his 3rd.
That's a big call. He's coming out, I think, here. Manningham's getting ready to go in. Harding with their zone pressure.
Pass deflected.
Another steal.
It's Stella, but he traveled with the ball before the basket. Here are the substitutions. Manningham for Phillips on Harding's side. Golden for DiFiore for JFK. And they get Golden in there for that quickness to kind of break that press with his dribble.
Nice pass. There's Keith Black.
Tried to go to Kokrak, but the pass picked off by Finnessy of Harding.
He probably should have shot that ball, Rob.
It's Stella on the drive, the hoop and the harm for the senior.
Keith Black probably overpassed down there, and that's going to cause probably a 5-point turnaround, Rob, because Stella just put up a nice shot and got fouled in the process.
And he was fouled by Black, who picks up his 1st infraction of the night. Danny Stella, much like Mikey Phillips, relatively quiet through the first half. For Stella, he now has 4 points in the game. He's been averaging almost 14 a contest this year. He's a 63% free throw shooter.
Danny Stella, another floor leader for the Harding Raiders.
Solid player both for football and basketball. Stella now with 5 points in the game.
Is that their biggest lead, Rob?
9 points it is.
Oh, another steal.
And it's Stella again, this time missing the lay-in but getting fouled.
Coach Kondo needs a timeout, Coach. Rob.
Boy, and Danny Stella has really kind of taken over on the defensive end, leading to the Raiders' current run.
Timeout Kennedy. Timeout Eagles.
Yep, that's the call. 5:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Warren Harding 29, Warren Kennedy 20. We'll return with the Battle of Warren as we continue with the high school basketball game of the week on Fox 17 62. Well, Warren Harding has not missed a free throw as of yet. The Raiders as a team 4 of 4 from the stripe. Stella has made 1 of those 4 for Harding. He'll head back to the line. He'll have a couple of free throws here, and the Raiders have a chance to open up their first double-digit lead of the game. And right now, they're in the midst of a 7-1 run. Stella was fouled by Colin Clement before the timeout. First of 2 won't fall for Stella.
They can go up by double digits here, Rob. Big shot for Danny Stella.
Looking for his 6th point of the game.
Missed it.
Yep, left them both short. It's Luke Vincer with the rebound for JFK.
Almost another steal there. Golden just lost the ball, Rob.
Manningham to the basket for the lay-in.
Here comes the quickness. Raiders by 11.
Largest lead of the night for Harding.
Doubling the ball.
Manningham again. Manningham with the lay-in. He's in double figures with 11. He
Another
had 16.
timeout by Kennedy, Rob.
Manningham had 16 against George Jr. on Saturday. He has put the Raiders up big here in the 3rd quarter. Harding now in the midst of an 11-1 run, and with 4:57 to go in the period, Harding leads 33-20.
Quickness.
Wow. The defensive pressure really paying off big now, Don.
Yeah, Golden has to be more selective in his passing game. That's Manningham with a great steal. He and Stella are really turning it up.
And Kennedy right now has turned the ball over 20 times in the game. 6 of those turnovers in this 3rd quarter alone.
I'm going to say this again, Rob. Keith Black needs to handle the ball more. He is not getting the ball out front, and the other guys aren't handling the pressure.
And I think that's a tribute to Harding's defense for keeping him away from the ball and keeping him well covered.
Is he in the ball? Yeah, he's in the ball. I'd get him the ball right now.
Black, a 6'2 senior, averaging 15 points, but has not hit from the field as of yet. His points have all come from the line.
Very crucial part of the game for the Kennedy Eagles. Keith Black with the ball. There, they broke it easy that time. Layup.
It's Vincer.
Layup.
4-2.
Very easy. Nice job by the Eagles coming back there.
Harding had scored 7 unanswered points until that basket. Now the Raiders looking to pound it inside with Josh Johnson, who hits the runner.
Nice move by Johnson, right around Vincer.
7 points for Johnson.
There's Keith Black breaking the pressure. Now let's see how he does, Rob. That's what they need, Keith Black to break it.
Nice job by Clemento to get it to Kokrak, who takes the runner, which is blocked by Johnson.
Here come
it's
the Raiders.
Stella to
The
Manningham.
coveted fast break. Good job by the Warren Harding Raiders on the filling the lanes and coming down with the fast break after the block.
Boy, Manningham is quick.
Oh, is he quick?
And he is just a sophomore.
Oh my gosh, just a sophomore.
He is talented.
Wow. 15-point lead for the Raiders, Rob.
Boy, and it was just like that.
Kennedy was right there 2 minutes ago. Kennedy
Kokrak almost traveled right there. Got away with one. And then a foul on the opposite side of the floor. Joe Finnessy called for the second time tonight. But in this quarter, Harding has outscored JFK 15-5. And we still have 3:42 left in the period.
Kennedy needs a bucket badly, to say the least. Kokrak.
He'll take the leaner and
Good,
drill it.
big bucket.
That is a big basket by Jimmy Kokrak, the junior's first of the night.
Stella.
3 won't go, but the follow by Stroud would have brought the crowd to its feet. Stella still controls for Harding. Missed it. Stroud again this time.
Right on the back.
Yep, he fouled DiFiore going for the loose ball.
Wow, did he get up that time?
That would have brought the roof down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is talent.
Here's a look at Stroud again. Look at that. Just missed the follow-up.
Uh-oh.
Well, now, wait a minute. Have they flipped this around?
They're switching the call.
I think they are. I think they're going to give the foul to DiFiore.
Uh-huh.
That's what they did. So Harding controls. And DiFiore has 2 personals now. Traveling. Yep, Mario Manningham took a step before he put the ball down.
Harding trying to reverse the ball. Kennedy, the last 3 possessions, has handled the pressure with Clement and Black, bringing it up. Harding in a half-court trap right now, switching their defense.
Black draws the double team. Pass for Kokrak, saved by Black.
You cannot throw those lackadaisical passes against the Raiders.
3 for Clement, bullseye.
Big shot by Colin Clement. Colin Clement cuts the lead to, 10 here.
Yeah, 5 straight points by JFK has gotten them back within contention. Clement now 3 3-pointers tonight. Finnessy for 3. Won't go. Vincer with the board for JFK.
Vincer out to Clement.
They'll go up against Manningham, who makes the block.
What a block by Manningham.
Stella the other way. Runner won't go. Followed by Stroud is good.
They're playing Harding's game now. The Raiders are going up and down the floor, Rob. Just what they want to do. Block and take off. Nice pass.
To Vincer off the baseline.
Nice pass by Keith Black to Robin.
And Luke Vincer now with 9 points. JFK back to within 10.
Got 1:50 left in the third. Kennedy is hanging tough though, Rob. I'll give him that. Raiders look like they're going to set something up here.
Maybe a little winded here.
Yeah, looks like they've been going up and down quite a bit here to the task of fast breaking. Okay, Phillips is not in the ball game, is he, Rob?
Not right now. They're letting Manningham and Stella run the backcourt along with Finnessy. And Stroud's been instant energy off the bench for Harding.
There's Manningham.
Missed the runner. Stroud is there for the rebound.
Quickness on the boards. Quickness on the boards. Getting to the ball quicker is hurting the Eagles right now.
Harding continues to out-rebound JFK. Jante Stroud will head to the line. Each team now with 4 fouls apiece. This most recent infraction against Jimmy Kokrak of JFK, and that's his second. So Stroud, a 40% free throw shooter, misses the first of 2. Tyson Rowland will check in now for Warren Harding, replacing Joe Finnessy. 1:15 to go in the third frame. The Raiders have pushed the issue in this quarter because of their defensive pressure on the Eagles. Stroud now with 3 points. And Harding's lead stands at 40-29. Whistle away from the ball.
A clock problem there.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they're going to put some time on the clock or take some time off.
I don't know.
No change in possession. The Eagles will still keep the basketball.
Both teams with 4 fouls, team fouls.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's exactly what Steve Arnold said. If you could read his lips, he says, no time come off the clock.
Yes.
But they're going to leave it at 1:12.
Keith Black working the offense to Clement.
We'll find out what happens inside of a minute to go. Black on Rowland. And JFK can get itself to within single figures here if Clement can score. Doesn't. The rebound controlled.
Steve Williams.
Yep, Harding got the basketball.
Here comes Stella.
That one's off the rim, and the rebound controlled by Kokrak of Kennedy. And I would imagine they'll work for the last shot of the period here.
You would think so. Get it to single digits, maybe.
And that's quite an accomplishment considering JFK was down 15 in the period. Vincer got in trouble that time and was luckily fouled because I thought he might have traveled.
Hop and skipped with
Yep.
that, yes, sir. Probably went up a little bit too soon, too. We've got a lot of time left in this quarter. They cannot give Harding the ball back. Harding, of course, wanting it back.
Stroud was the man who picked up the foul, his first.
I would make my move with less than 10. He's going too soon.
Yep, Kokrak
Offensive
pushed
foul.
off. Yep, pushed off on Stevie Williams trying to get to the baseline.
Too soon, too soon.
That's Kokrak's third.
That was a big possession, favoring the Raiders.
And they've got time to work the clock here for the final shot.
He's got to get up a little quicker than that. They're down to 4 seconds.
Stella. Got
Big
it.
shot for Stella. Major shot.
Well, to close out the second quarter, it was Colin Clement hitting a 3. To close out the third, it's Danny Stella of Warren Harding. That's his first of the night, but his 12th three-pointer this season, and he spots the Raiders to a 43-29 lead over the Kennedy Eagles heading into the fourth quarter. We'll come back with more of our high school basketball game of the week here on Fox 1762. Now the final 8 minutes put on the board. Warren Harding outscores Warren Kennedy 21-12 in the third quarter to grab a 14-point advantage as the frame begins.
Kennedy getting doubled again, Rob. Clement for 3.
This one won't go, and the rebound taken away from Jonte Stroud, but it's a foul as well, and it's Luke Vincer picking up the infraction. That's his first of the night. One more of those, and Kennedy goes over the limit.
Right, 6-5. Kennedy's going to have to go some man-to-man, and they are. They switched a little bit here. They're in a man defense now.
Stroud lost the basketball.
By the Eagles, and a foul.
And then Stroud fouls Clement.
Nice job by Clement, making the steal and then getting fouled. Eagles are still hanging tough, Rob.
Yep. So each team now one foul shy of going over the limit.
Coach Arnold's calling a diamond half-court trap. Here it is, a diamond trap. Double teaming the ball.
Finnessy and Rowland step up. Now that ball goes off the knee of Josh Johnson and out of bounds, so the Raiders last to touch it.
Kennedy on the side here. Clement takes the point now. Kennedy cannot play so deliberate now, Rob. They've
No,
gotta
you're
play
right.
The last quarter, they're stuck 14. They need to put up a little quicker.
And when do you start shooting more threes?
Well, very soon here. It's not time to push the panic button yet, but nice drive here by Black. He's getting into trouble, though, too deep.
He lost the ball. They'll go to the possession arrow, and it will hand it over to Warren Harding.
That's another turnover for the Eagles.
That's tough, too, because they burn time off the clock and get nothing out of it.
Yeah, they burn probably 30, 40 seconds.
Shane Golden will come in now for the Eagles.
I probably, if I were Kennedy, Rob, have to put some pressure on here pretty soon. They can't be sitting back in their defense. They're back into their zone, 1-3-1. I'm surprised. Harding can just hold the ball if they wanted to bring them out of it.
Yeah, they're in no hurry right now. It's Rowland's shot, which falls.
Nice shot by Tyson Rowland.
Rowland with his first deuce of the game.
Biggest lead here, Rob, it looks like.
Yeah, the lead out to 16 right now for Warren Harding. That eclipses their 15-point margin, which they held in the third quarter of 37-22.
Still, Keith Black's got to put it up.
It'll be Clement out of the corner for three, and it's a bullseye. That's his fourth of the game. He's in double figures now with 12 points.
The Eagles hang tough again. They've got to put more pressure on the ball.
Finnessy's three.
Finnessy,
Right on the mark.
And
And that's only his second three of the season. Finnessy now with 5 points in the game. And the lead up to 48-32.
nice
Vincer
pass.
takes the pass, but has it blocked by Jonte Stroud, and I think they've got him for a foul as well.
Looked like a good block, but maybe got him with the body.
And
Nevertheless, it helps the Eagles.
foul against Stroud, his third. Here's a look at it again.
What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what. The Eagles need Rob to put pressure here after these foul shots on the defensive end. He's got to make this.
Vincer with 9 points in the game. He's 2 of 3 from the stripe. Looking to reach double figures. And he
Pressure.
has.
Nope, no pressure by Kennedy. And that's not going to help. If I were Harding, I'd take some time off.
Rowland penetrates, shot
Nice
blocked
block.
by Vincer, but it's Johnson there with the reverse, and he missed it.
Stroud.
Once, twice, Jonte Stroud scores.
Too quick under the basket.
Yep. The battle of the boards tonight decidedly in favor of Harding, and one reason why they now lead by 17 points.
Keith Black's going to the line. Kennedy has got to put some defensive pressure on after these foul shots. If they do not, they are going to be in trouble.
Well, Black with 3 points in the game. He is 3 of 4 from the stripe.
They've held Black to no field goals.
Yeah, he has not scored from the floor.
Very, very crucial there. Nice job by Mikey Phillips defensively.
He comes out having picked up his 4th foul tonight.
So Harding pressure and the boards, Rob, are the difference right now.
Black's first trip to the stripe since the opening quarter. Knocks in the front end of the 1-and-1. Again, Black, an 81% free throw shooter this season. He has 4 points this evening.
They've got to pressure full court. They can play full court with Harding for 1 quarter. They're not going to do it, though. They don't think they can do it, Rob.
JFK will go to the bench. Chris Shaker returns.
Let's see if JFK goes to a man-to-man and gets out of their zone. Yeah, it looks like they're going man-to-man right now.
Yeah, they put
To put half-court
on the
pressure
bench.
on.
Yeah.
Clement's on Rowland. Rowland running the offense right now.
That's a
And
good
he walked with
matchup
the
out
ball.
front.
Yep. Very good matchup, and Clement won that one so far.
Now we'll see if JFK can take advantage of the Harding mistake. Raiders have turned it over 15 times in the game tonight. We'll play just over 3 minutes of the final period.
Got to get the ball in the right people's hands here, Rob.
Shaker going to turn and shoot and score.
Nice job by Shake.
Yep. He's been averaging 5 points a game. That's his first deuce of the night.
They've cut it to 13.
And they've scored the last 4 points in a row to get back in a little bit closer.
Timeout, Raiders.
So we'll take one as well. 4:30 left in the game. Warren Harding looking for its 12th victory of the season. Right now the Raiders lead the host Kennedy Eagles 50-37. We'll come back with more of the high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762. So a solid crowd here tonight has been entertained by both Warren Harding and Warren Kennedy.
Nice crowd. Okay, Raiders ball. Kennedy needs to put ball pressure on right now.
Manningham out front.
Looks like the Raiders are going a little bit of a delay game.
And I'm sure up 13 they don't feel the need to press the issue any. Stella working hard off the baseline, but it's rolling for three. And the rebound out to Shane Golden.
Probably an ill-advised shot there by Tyson Rowland. Black should take that.
He did. Three-pointer on the rim. No. Rowland with the rebound for the Raiders. And a good job of handling the ball and beating
Nice
the pressure
job by
applied by
Tyson
Golden.
Rowland.
Yep. And then Shane Golden commits the personal foul. That's his first of the game. And it will put Tyson Rowland of Harding at the stripe. And this season, Rowland, an 83% free throw shooter. He's as close to automatic as you get from the line, having made 10 of 12 this year. Now the Raiders just a 59% free throw shooting team. That's maybe their Achilles heel. So they'll get to work on that here over the final 3:45.
Yeah, early in the contest they were hitting. There's a miss there, but they got the rebound, Rob. Big rebound for the Raiders.
Josh Johnson missed the dunk, but Stroud followed and missed again.
Are they pounding the boards?
Stroud this time
Four
does not
shots.
miss.
The boards are killing the Eagles.
Yep. Stroud now with 7 points in the game.
Quickness. You know, Rob, when you move with your feet and play a game with your feet, quickness usually wins. Nice shot by Black.
So Keith Black checks in with his first fielder of the game. He has 7 points overall, though.
I say the Kennedy Eagles, though, they're not quitting. They're hanging tough.
They get a couple of threes here and a stop defensively, and they're within single figures.
Help defense is needed there.
But Stroud just too strong inside.
Stroud is just pounding them.
And a foul inside. JFK pretty helpless right now on the offensive end of the glass. So you can watch Gina Marinelli weeknights at 10 on the Valley's only local 10 o'clock news. First news at 10 on Fox 1762.
Stroud is pounding the boards.
He was just fouled by Jimmy Kokrak, who has his fourth. That'll send Stroud back to the line, who has 7 points in the game. He's 1 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Raiders here in the second half as a team. Just 2 of 6, though, from the line. That one rattles out to Kokrak. Now the 3 gets Kennedy to within 10.
Vincer going all the way.
Lost it.
Lost the ball. Here come the Raiders.
Phillips ahead to Stroud. Behind the back to Stella. Saves it to Phillips, who scores. Mike Phillips with 4.
Wow. That's natural ability there. Nice job. Nice job breaking the press there, Clement.
Got the bounce. Colin Clement now with 14 points tonight to pace Kennedy.
What a shot by Manningham.
How about that?
And the foul.
And the harm.
Foul on Clement, I believe. The Eagles are in a little bit of trouble here, Rob.
Yeah, down 56-41. The foul against Clement is his second tonight. Manningham in the game now with 13 points. This is his first trip of the night to the line. He's a 52% free throw shooter. Misses, rebound Kokrak.
Clement short.
Stella with the ball. Pass picked off by Black.
We're in the running contest now.
It's Vincer with the
Vincer with
dunk.
the stop. Nice job by Luke Vincer off the pass from Keith Black. I'll tell you what, Rob, these Kennedy kids aren't quitting.
Harding trying to go for the knockout blow with 1.5 minutes left in the game. And a timeout now by the Raiders.
Well,
and I'm curious because Saturday night against George Jr., with about 2 minutes to go, Harding was up by double figures, I think 14. Then GJR made a run and got it down to as close, I think it was 2. And I'm sure Steve Arnold's going to get his team together and say, hey, look, guys, remember what happened Saturday.
Right.
No lead is safe anymore. And I'm sure he's going to stress that to the kids.
Let's take nothing but a layup.
Yep.
Let's milk the clock. Nothing but a layup. The clock is our ally right now. The Eagles, on the other hand, must foul to stop the clock or get a critical steal.
And the Raiders have had some problems from the line here in the second half. If they're going 3 of 3, all of those courtesy of Josh Johnson in the first half. Warren Harding right now has made just 2 of 8 from the line. Actually 2 of 7 from the line here in the second half.
Well, if they make those fouls, they probably have a 20-point lead or close to it. The Eagles cannot let time run off this clock. They've got to get a steal within 5 seconds or foul. The way Harding's shooting foul shots, I'd foul within 5 seconds.
Well, if he wanted to get on TV dressed like that, he sure succeeded. That might have been your brother there, Chris. I'm not sure. Let's see how quickly Kennedy wants to foul here.
Manningham out front, coke rack on him.
He'd be the guy I'd foul. JFK hasn't decided to foul yet.
I don't know why not. They've run 15 seconds off.
I wouldn't foul Johnson.
Wide open.
Yep, Stroud with the basket.
That was the knockout punch. 1 minute to go.
All of Stroud's points have come here in the second half. He has 9 in the game. No basket.
Keith Black. Is that basket good?
I don't believe it was. I think they ruled it off.
He always
they're going
counted.
to give it to him.
3-point play here. Kennedy has got the foul immediately on the inbounds play.
Black 9 points. At the stripe tonight, he is 5 of 6. He was fouled by Josh Johnson.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I was going to say, now either you get the basket in 1 free throw or no basket in 2 free throws.
It's not a 4-point play.
What are they going to rule? They're going to give the ball to Harding now.
Harding's ball.
Yep.
Kennedy coming with Lepro. A little more pressure here for Vincer. Okay, Kennedy, for the first time in the game, is putting on full court pressure, Rob. Should have done this about 3 minutes ago. Oh, this is probably why they didn't.
Manningham. That's what happened to George Jr. Saturday. They tried to press Harding, and the Raiders constantly beat it with a baseball pass down the floor.
Baseball home run pass. There's Golden with a bomb.
And it's Manningham with the board.
Steal by Black. Kennedy down 12. And not quitting.
No, they're not.
Coach Condo's got them playing hard, and they're not quitting.
Well, the Raiders are just so explosive on both ends of the floor.
Well, that home run pass really hurt.
Well, here's a look at everybody who helped us tonight, bring you all the sounds and sights of this evening's game. Our director, once again, Mike Roscoe, the technical director, Bill Bullett, our graphic artist, Mike Garland, running camera tonight. Our 3-person crew consists of Jen Lippiett, Greg Roten, and Don Ursich, who's been on the floor tonight. And my special thanks, once again, to Kerry Kimmerer and Sue Ford for their assistance. I've been joined tonight by Don Andres, the former coach of Howland and Warren Kennedy, not to mention Niles and Reynolds, and looking to get back into the coaching ranks again, I'm sure, D.A.
Oh, maybe next year. We'll see what happens, Rob. We'll see what happens, buddy.
Well, the Raiders right now
a lot of pressure.
Will have to shoot their free throws.
Stella is fouled.
Yep, Clement reached inside, commits his 3rd personal foul of the game.
Well, I really enjoyed being on tonight, Rob. Appreciate it. This is the old gym where I started as a head coach. The Eagles Nest. And I did a lot of coaching against the Harding Raiders over at Howland and Niles.
Stella tonight now has 9 points. He's 2 of 4 from the stripe.
Stella, very solid player.
He's 63% free throw shooter. So Stella in double figures now with 10 this evening to help out Harding's cause, and the Raiders up 62-48. Golden's three is good. How's that for a bomb out of Shane?
Wow, that was from midcourt almost.
That's his second three of the night.
I'd like to see the Eagles deserve to get this in under single digits the way they played. They played hard.
They're down 11. JFK will see that three-game string of very quality wins over the likes of Kennedy Catholic and Bristol and most recently Sharon come to an end here tonight, and Warren Harding looking to improve upon its 15th ranking in Division I according to the AP poll this week.
Harding taking everyone off the line so they don't foul. I'll tell you what though, Rob, Kennedy's had a rough stretch here. They've played some class opposition. Give them credit, and give Harding credit too, because they're playing in a hostile environment here and have controlled most of the game.
Mario Manningham leading all scorers tonight. Stroud going for the miss.
Not very smart move there.
Lane violation.
Manningham, only a sophomore, is the leading scorer.
Yeah, 16 points tonight for the sophomore.
Kennedy. There's Black from downtown, short.
Rebound on Kokrak, and he put it in.
They've cut it to 10.
Kokrak with 4 points in the game.
Stella foul with 8 seconds to go here, 8.3.
Warren Harding looking for his 12th victory of the season. Stella will head back to the line. He has 10 points in the game tonight, 3 of 5 from the stripe. The foul against Kokrak means he has fouled out of the game. That's his 5th infraction of the contest.
Nice steady job by Kokrak tonight.
He'll exit with 4 points to his credit. Stella coming off a 4-point performance against GJR on Saturday. Stella's done some fine work at the foul line in the second half. He's had 9 of his 11 points since halftime.
Nice job by Danny Stella.
And it gives him a dozen, and it gives the Raiders a 12-point lead.
I would not foul if I were Harding. Just let him shoot it. Let him go.
It'll be Golden.
Bingo.
That'll put
cut
him
it
in double
to 9.
So, Don, you got your wish. JFK, which worked hard all night.
They deserve that.
Got the deficit to within single figures, but the Raiders get the win.
Yeah.
Harding picks up a 65-56 victory, and they improved to 12-2 overall. For Kennedy, they slipped to 9-5 this season. Again, the final, it is Warren Harding 65, Warren Kennedy 56. When we come back, we'll have our player of the game. We'll have some final notes and comments as well as we continue with our high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762. And welcome back once again to the Eagles Nest. Tonight, Warren Harding victorious against Warren Kennedy, winning 65-56. Our Kernan and Ambrosia Insurance player of the game, tough choice. A lot of guys had some outstanding individual efforts, but tonight the honor will go to the Raiders' Danny Stella, the senior again in double figures with 12 points. He scored 10 of those 12 in the second half, and Danny joins us now. And really, that third quarter was the difference in this game, Danny. You turned up the defensive pressure, forced Kennedy to turn the ball over way too many times, and you personally took advantage of a lot of those mistakes.
Oh, yeah, at halftime, the coach said we weren't pressuring him enough. We wanted to come out, run a little press, put Mario at the top because, you know, he's the best athlete we probably got. Let him disrupt stuff. I mean, we got the benefit of the doubt. We got some calls. We got some tip balls and just finished the layups.
The biggest thing, I think, outside of the defensive pressure, the boards tonight. You guys were beasts inside controlling the rebounds.
All year we ain't been doing good on the rebounds, and all week we've been working on boxing out because we knew Luke Vincent was a very good rebounder. So we wanted to come out, dominate the boards, and get more shots in them. We know we got more shots, we had a good chance of winning the game because we know they wanted to slow it down, play an up-tempo. We want to play an up-tempo game, so we get more shots. That mean the tempo is going our way.
You guys really have had a tough schedule, and I know it gets harder as you head back into the second half of the SVC.
Oh, yeah, man, the SVC, man, I think this is the hardest it's been since I've been here. I mean, as you know, we played a great game with Fish last week. Mooney's playing great. You can never forget about Boardman and Ursuline. I mean, The SVC is real hard this year.
That's a good win for your program tonight.
Yes, very good win.
Again, Danny Stella, our Kernan and Ambrosia player of the game. Congratulations and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
You'll hear a lot more of this young man, not just at the high school level, but when he continues his career in college. Let's bring the coach in now. Where is Don at? Bring Don back in here now. We'll bring in the former Warren coach at Howland and Kennedy. Get his thoughts on the game as well. You know, tonight Warren Harding had just 2 players in double figures, Mario Manningham with 18. Yeah. But Kennedy has 4 in doubles, yet the Raiders come out on top tonight and win it by 9.
Well, it was a game of runs, Rob, and Harding went up by 4. Then next thing you know, they're up 13 or 15 or 17 in that third quarter. Kennedy hung tough, and I was hoping they'd get it to single digits. Harding's the better team, quickness-wise, but tonight. But Kennedy, they hung tough. I got to give them credit.
It's a nice game for both teams. There's a look at Danny Stella again. And this was the difference, really, the way the Raiders were able to attack in the second half and take advantage of mistakes.
Well, the turnovers really, really hurt the Eagles. And the boards. Jonte Stroud was a bear on the boards. Looked like he came to play tonight. Danny Stella and Michael Phillips run the show out there. And, of course, that supporting cast with Manningham and so forth do a nice job. Black, Clement, and the boys, give them credit. My hat's off to them.
Let's take a look at some final statistics as well. Warren Harding tonight outshot JFK, even though the Eagles' percentage is a little higher because of hitting 7 of 14 from beyond the arc. The Raiders shoot 16 more times from the field, and that's one reason why they get the win tonight. Free throw shooting for Warren Harding, they have to be pleased with that effort, going 10 of 17 as compared to 10 of 13 for the Eagles. But here's the difference in the game, and it's rebounding. Warren Harding out-rebounds JFK 33-15, and the Harding defense tonight forces 25 turnovers, and a lot of those led to points off the turnover. Again, the Raiders tonight led by Mario Manningham's 18 points. He is outstanding and just a sophomore. Colin Clement tonight, 4 3-pointers as part of his 14-point barrage. And again, in addition to Clement, Golden in double figures with 11. Black had a dozen. And Luke Vincer finished with 12. So again, it all adds up to a Raider victory of 65-56. Next week, we'll jump into the Steel Valley Conference. A good matchup between Cardinal Mooney and Austintown Fitch. My special thanks tonight to our statistician, Say No to Drugs. Again, the final. It is Warren Harding 65, Warren Kennedy 56. You've been watching the high school basketball game of the week on Fox 1762.